Have you ever met someone who constantly talks about themselves, exaggerates their achievements, and belittles others? If so, you may have encountered a narcissist. Narcissism is not just a personality disorder, but an actual mental health condition that affects around 6.2% of the entire population. While narcissists can be charming and charismatic, it's extremely tough to actually tell their true nature initially. But don't worry, we're here to help. In this video, we'll provide 10 evidence-based red flags to watch out for when dealing with people who exhibit narcissistic tendencies. So, before their manipulative behavior takes a toll on your well-being, watch and watch out, as by the end of this video, you'll have practical knowledge to help you recognize and deal with narcissists in your life. Let's begin. Number 10. Self-centeredness unveiled. Are you tired of being around someone who only seems to talk about himself? Someone with no regard for the feelings or needs of others? This kind of self-centeredness is a hallmark trait of narcissists, and it can be extremely challenging to deal with. Narcissists would mostly be obsessed with their own achievements and appearance, and would constantly seek attention and admiration from others. They may also try to control situations and manipulate those around them to get what they want. We know how this can leave you feeling invalidated, neglected, and even frustrated. But what's important to know, what's behind this behavior? Research suggests that childhood experiences, like neglect or overindulgent parenting, can shape a narcissistic sense of self-worth. So, as they mature, narcissists may develop coping mechanisms like showing selfishness, self-centeredness, or feeling good while putting others down. So, if you encounter someone who exhibits extreme self-centeredness and cannot tolerate the presence or opinions of others, it's crucial to be cautious and aware of the potential for narcissistic behavior. Number 9. Neglecting or shifting responsibilities. Do you ever feel like you're the only one carrying the weight in a relationship or group project? It's a common feeling when dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists have a tendency to neglect or shift responsibilities onto others, often leaving them feeling overwhelmed and unsupported. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they often shift the blame onto others or make excuses for their behavior. As per the research, this behavior is known as externalization, where individuals attribute negative events to external factors rather than taking responsibility for themselves. Studies have shown that this behavior is often linked to negative outcomes such as relationship problems, blame games, and substance abuse. So, if you suspect that someone in your life possesses this trait, it's essential to set boundaries and hold them accountable for their behavior immediately. Number 8. Display of superiority complex. Have you ever encountered someone who always makes themselves appear superior to everyone else? Or someone who has to have the upper hand in everything? It can be frustrating when someone intentionally makes you feel insignificant. Research shows that individuals with narcissistic tendencies often display a superiority complex as a way to mask their own insecurities and low self-esteem. They may put others down or constantly talk about their achievements as a way to gain validation and boost their own sense of self-worth. Encountering someone with a superiority complex can be damaging for your mental health and relationships. Studies have shown that individuals who interact with narcissists a lot are at the risk of experiencing negative outcomes, such as decreased job satisfaction, decreased well-being, and decreased social support. However, by understanding that narcissists' behavior is not a reflection of your worth as a person, you can protect yourself from their toxic behavior. Setting boundaries and surrounding yourself with positive and supportive individuals can also help you maintain a healthy sense of self-worth. Number 7. Everything is personal to them. Do you know someone who always takes things personally and seems to get easily offended? Well, it could be a sign of narcissistic behavior. Narcissists often view the world through the lens of their own needs and desires, leading them to interpret everything as being about them. Even when something has nothing to do with them, they may take it personally or become defensive. This tendency to personalize everything can be exhausting and frustrating for those around them. It can also lead to conflict and misunderstandings, as the narcissist may perceive innocent comments or actions as attacks on their character. Research suggests that this trait is often linked to a fragile sense of self-worth and a fear of rejection. By recognizing this behavior and avoiding it, you can protect yourself from the emotional toll that you get from a narcissist who takes everything personally. Number 6. Every hardship belongs to them. Narcissists often tend to view themselves as the heroes of their own stories, even in situations where they are not the protagonists. When faced with difficult moments or challenges, they may attempt to reclaim them as their own and make themselves the center of attention. For example, if a friend is going through a tough time, a narcissist may try to one-up them by talking about a similar experience they had and making it all about themselves. This behavior is known as emotional hijacking, where individuals redirect the conversation to their own experiences and emotions instead of focusing on the other person's needs. Research has shown that this behavior is often linked to a sense of entitlement and a need for control. By portraying themselves as victims, narcissists can manipulate those around them into giving them the attention and sympathy they crave. If you find yourself dealing with someone who claims to be the victim, it's important to identify this behavior for what it is and avoid getting caught up in their manipulative tactics. Number 5. Terrible attention seekers. How many times have you felt like you're in a competition for someone's attention? Well, if that someone is a narcissist, then it's probably all the time. Narcissists thrive on attention and often go to great lengths to get it. They may engage in attention-seeking behaviors such as boasting, interrupting conversations, and dominating social situations. They crave admiration and validation from others and will often use their charm and charisma to win people over. Narcissists are attracted to attention, and it comes from various backgrounds. Research has shown that this behavior is often linked to a fragile sense of self-worth and a need for external validation. Narcissists may feel a deep sense of insecurity or inadequacy, which they try to cover up with attention-seeking behaviors. So, even if it is tempting to give in to a narcissist's demands for attention, this only reinforces their behavior and can lead to further manipulation and control. Instead, focus on building healthy relationships with those who value and respect you for who you are. Number 4. They are always right. Do you know someone who always insists that they are right, even when they are not? If yes, that someone is a narcissist. Narcissists often have an intense need to be right and try to make others feel like they are always wrong. They may criticize and belittle others for their opinions, ideas, or actions and dismiss their feelings and experiences as insignificant. This behavior is known as gaslighting, where individuals manipulate others into questioning their own thoughts and feelings. Narcissists project this behavior for many reasons, including their need for control and power over others. Additionally, their lack of empathy and disregard for others' perspectives fuel their belief that they are always right. This can be a very damaging and toxic behavior that can leave people feeling confused, insecure, and unsure of themselves. So, it's important to identify this trait in possible narcissists you know, and to stand up for yourself or seek support if necessary. Number 3. Everything is a threat to them. Is there someone in your life who always seems to be on edge, ready to lash out at the slightest perceived threat? If so, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists often perceive everything as a threat to their sense of self and may react defensively to even minor criticisms or challenges. They may lash out at others for perceived slights or insults and become overly defensive or aggressive in their interactions. This course of action is known as narcissistic rage, where individuals react with extreme anger or hostility when they feel their ego or self-esteem is threatened. This can create a very difficult and unstable environment for those around them, as they may constantly feel on edge or worried about triggering the narcissist's rage. It's important to realize that these people are toxic and you need to take steps to protect yourself to avoid enabling their destructive behavior. Number 2. All the credit goes to them. Have you ever worked with someone who took all the credit for a team project? It's not just annoying, it's a classic trait of a narcissist. Narcissists have a strong need for admiration and often take credit for everything they perceive as positive, regardless of their actual contribution. They may exaggerate their accomplishments and downplay others, seeking validation and attention from others. This behavior is called self-aggrandizement and stems from their lack of empathy and entitlement. It can be demotivating and frustrating for those around them. So, if you're working with someone who always takes credit for your work, it's important to document your contributions and speak up for yourself when appropriate. Don't let a narcissist steal your thunder or undermine your hard work. Number 1. Random love bombing. Do you ever feel like someone is showering you with affection and attention out of nowhere, only to withdraw it just as suddenly? This may be a tactic used by narcissists called love bombing. Narcissists use love bombing to manipulate and establish control by overwhelming their target with excessive attention and affection. Such behavior can create a deep connection and dependence, but it's not sustainable and can lead to emotional abuse. Narcissists engage in love bombing due to their need for attention and lack of empathy. It's important to approach new relationships with caution if someone seems too good to be true. If you encounter someone who engages in love bombing, be cautious. While it may feel good to receive lots of compliments and attention at first, this behavior can quickly turn toxic and manipulative. Remember to prioritize your own well-being. Now that you have learned the 10 ways to spot a narcissist, it's important to remember that not everyone who exhibits these behaviors is a narcissist, but recognizing these traits can help you protect yourself and set healthy boundaries. If you've made it this far, we really appreciate your support. Comment down below with the word 100% so we know that you watched the entire video. Now, you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you 10 ways to boost your confidence and self-esteem instantly. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.